we can't turn back the clock. When we start coaching, I'm going to show you some things that you're going to have to hopefully learn. Get a pen and paper. And by the way, I will go fast and furious. I can't help myself. I get excited. As you can see, I'm talking faster already. I really get quite excited in this. And I've only got an hour, maximum hour and 15 minutes before you guys get bored of me. And I want to make sure that we go through this and you really nail these numbers, because some of the questions that you're asking right now, the reality is we can fix them. You just need to know how. Right, it is on the nose. Anyone that's late will have to jump in and follow us. Hey guys, welcome to the Lifestyle Salon Coach Next Level Coaching Series. We are here live for the next hour and 15 minutes, and my goal is to do two things with you. My goal is, first of all, is to show you there's a different way to run your salon. It's completely different to what you're doing right now, and it does work. We do it with about 200 salon owners across 3 different coaching groups that I have. And I personally have done this regardless for the last 16 years in my life. So I know there's another way. I've got to try and convince you in this hour and 15 minutes we have together that there is a better way. I also, secondly, have another job today, is I've got to realize which one of yous that I'm meant to serve. You see, some of you guys will never have a coach. You'll never want to be coached. You're happy as it is. But my job is to separate the wheat from the chaff and decide which one of you guys want to get there faster, which one of you guys want to join our community, and my job is to find out which ones are a great fit or not. So that's my two reasons for doing this. At the end of this presentation, there will be a sales pitch of some sort to go, hey, do you really want us to help you do this? If so, now's a great time to do it. That's it. That's what our job is. But for the hour in between, we're going to coach you and teach you and help you to actually do it on your own if you want to. But some of you are going to go, you know what, Richard, I want to get there super fast. I don't want to do trial and error. I'm going to go there gung-ho and I want to be there this time next year. That's where I want to be. Then we can talk about that. Okay, let's move forward. First of all, where are you in the world? We've done that. We've now a few minutes up. Fantastic. What to expect? I've just explained exactly what's going to happen in the next hour and 15 minutes. The aim of the game is to convince you there's another way to do this. And for some of you, if you are right for us and we're right for you, I'm going to try and say to you, hey, now's the time for you to jump on board and come and give us a go. But let's see what we can do. And if you feel that you do need help before we get through. Who is this for? This is ideally for anyone doing over 150K. That's the goal of this. We did one 2 weeks ago for the smaller salons. This is somebody who really wants to get to the next level. They've got their business and it's doing okay. They're making a bit of money, but they know they can make more. Their staff want more money and you're struggling to find that increase. Your staff are looking to grow and you are struggling to get them to grow. This is you if you've been in business for a few years right now and you're ready for the next level, then you're in the right place. Let's come and do a nice hour together. For you guys, if I've never ever met you before, I know I can see some of you on here that I know personally because we coach you, and one of you I may pull out to prove that I'm the real deal. We shall see if you're there. The reality is I started hairdressing when I was 16 years old. I've been a hairdresser for all of my life, bar the last 6 years, I think it's been, something like that, where I stopped cutting hair and became a full-time coach. Previous to that, I worked the floor to the day I sold my salon. My last day was a Saturday. I did all my favorite clients on the day I sold my salon, and I was coaching for a year previous. So I've walked your walk. I've been through the pain that you've been through or you're about to go through. I'm not some guy that just appeared from nowhere. I've actually done this myself. And then I decided to go and become a teacher and learn and show you what I did. Simple as that. But don't take my word for it. You'll see these people here. We have Daniel. He's one of the people that's still in our group. He was in here for 18 months. I've known and worked with Richard. I've grown my business 100%. By the way, that means he's doubled his business since he's worked with us. We've got Karen. You'll see her. She's a Scottish Hairdresser of the Year, or former Scottish Hairdresser of the Year. As a salon of 30 years, I'm always looking for inspiration. Carly, the best business coach and life coach. We do a bit of life coaching, but it's not what I'm good at. Ian Holt, I've been working with Richard for the last 6 months, and I can honestly say I've never come across somebody so knowledgeable. And of course, Keisha, I've been working with Richard for 2 years. Now, from the beginning of the pandemic, my business has grown 54% in year 1 and 30% and still on target for year 2. These are real people that are in my group. And trust me, one day you're going to meet these people and you're going to love them because they are fantastic to be around. But let's pull back for a second. Let's decide what's going on here. I've joined this time last year and it was the best thing I've done. Yeah, so Angie is already on the call with us right now. She is still with us. So she is, if you want to ask any questions later on, we might pull her up too. You can pick her brain if you need to. Okay, my thing is the same as you. Most of us work too hard and we give up a lot of our family time to try and go our business. I remember sitting at my dinner table doing business while we're having our family meal. You guys might feel the same. You're working too hard for very little in return. You have to nurture your team to keep them. They want to be trained more. They want more money. They want you to inspire them. They need a leader. If you want to stop your staff from leaving, you're going to have to lift your game. COVID has made this happen faster than we ever thought possible. But 54% of the people now want to go self-employed because they want more money and more freedom. We have to decide that if we pay them enough, they won't leave. Our problem is the pot isn't big enough. We're going to talk about that. One of the things, guys, I'm going to go straight to the point. You have very little business skills. Until the day you change that, your business will be limited because your skill is limited. I don't know about you, but I started hairdressing. I was an apprentice. They taught me to wash hair. They taught me to gown. They taught me to color. They taught me to cut. They taught me to blow dry. And then I let loose and have business. How ridiculous is that? No skill at all. You need to learn the skills in this business. And this one, most of us, and apart from a handful of people, you're winging this. You're literally making it up as you go along. You're just guessing. And you can get there in the end. You make enough mistakes. That means that at the end of the mistakes, you will learn, but it will take you years and years to get there. We want to fast track that and don't make that happen. And staff right now, more than ever before, deserve a livable wage, not minimum wage. That's disgusting. Like minimum, like I'll pay you the minimum. You're going to get a minimum result. We want to pay them a livable wage, like a wage that they can go down to their coffee shops and say, I get this when I work. I've got this bonus. My boss did this for me. It has to be livable. And in today and age, like people want a bit more. We have to supply that. That's our job, by the way, if you're a salon owner. And we get one chance to get this right. Can you imagine losing 2, 3, 4 staff members because you don't pay them enough? The word around town is you don't pay enough. If a staff member comes and you take them on and they don't work out and they leave, clients are going to get disgruntled as well. So you get one chance to get this right. One chance to make enough money to put in the pot to make it work. And it's hard to make money. We had someone earlier on said the same thing. It's easy to increase your takings, very hard to keep some of that money. And we're going to dive in the next hour to dive in. And the reason for that is it's tight. Like you can't break the rules. And the rules are that most of your bills are going to be 30%. And most of your tax is going to be 15%. But the fact that you guys are spending too much on stock and too much on wages, there's nothing left. There's nothing left for yourself. And there's no profit either. We're going to talk about that as we go through that today. Now, only 5% of salon owners that go it alone hit the top 5. Isn't that bonkers? That's like going to the gym. Only 5% of the people go to the gym, get a perfect body on their own without getting like a personal trainer. There's no difference. We just make excuses. I've joined a gym, I don't know now, 5 months ago. I've been twice. I'm still paying. It's not working. Why am I not fit? It's because you're not going and doing the work. Well, that's because someone's not there to hold me accountable, to be truthful. That's the key here. We need to make that happen. Again, only 11, by the way, these surveys were by me. I surveyed hundreds of people about a year ago, and these were the figures we've got, and you'll see the stats if you needed to. Only 11% of salon owners seek help with a coach. Isn't that crazy? But we now know only 5% make it, but only 11% ask for help. People think it's weak. It's not weak, it's strength. The people that get a coach, and I've worked with a lot of people, I mean, Angie's on here already, but the reality is that's strength, you know, and your team like it. And 100% of salon owners that I surveyed that broke the 350 mark had help. They had a mentor, a business coach that was helping them get there. We didn't find one person over 350. You may be one of them, but I didn't find one when we did our questions. So the question is now is like, where are you trying to go? The reason is we don't have enough time to do everything, learn everything, implement everything. We need to fast track it if we need to get there. Employing the wrong person will set you back 12 months. And we're going to talk about how I sort of interviewed people and what you need to do. Like you've got to make sure this is correct. These are some of the big excuses that's happening in your salon right now that you need to get fixed no matter what. Let's go into some sort of business coaching while we're here. How much a fully qualified person can earn you. You'll be quite amazed at how simple this is. I believe a fully qualified person can earn you 50,000, 75,000, 100 grand plus. This is a year, fully booked, full time. So you break it down, but that's what I believe. We have people, and you might be one of them, that you can't even get your team members to hit 50. Like, we know we've got people even on this call where their staff members are taking them £100,000. If you're in the US, that's going to be double this, would be 2,000, be more than that. I know in the US and Canada, it's actually hard to get $100,000, right? It's hard to get someone to break that 6 figure as a stylist. But the reality is, it's easier than you think. Let me show you an example here. If you have one employee, and let's say you do 30 clients a week, I believe as a hairdresser, nail tech, beautician, you should be able to do 6 clients a day. That's not that hard to do. And let's say your average bill is 60. Well, you're going to see here that they should earn you 1,800 a week. Are you telling me, and that's a question, guys, hit me this up. Be honest now, because we're going to be together now for the next hour. Let's be as honest as we possibly can. Are your team members earning you 1,800 a week? Well, let's get some interaction going here, guys. Tell me, because I think a lot of people don't. But can you see the simplicity? You get 30 clients a week, give them 60 average bill, like that's it, like 1,800, you know? Guys, like, honesty is the key. And I love the fact that you're being honest here, because that's really important to me, because like, this is the truth. And now you know, like, this is the bottom level. This is the bottom leap that we've got. The next stage is 75,000. The next stage is 100,000. And all we attempt to do then, if that's the case, is we can't up this because we can't make them work like dogs, but we can't off work on this. You know, we have people that work with us have £100 as an average bill here in the UK. Yeah, beautiful. So Jill, your average bill is lower than 60, right? So you might be waxers or do things that the time is shorter. And you might go, well, okay, Richard, if that's the case and our average bill is 30, they might have to do 60 a week, because you can do 4 times as many as a hairdresser can. Which means if you need to get your bums on seats, if you can't get this up, you're going to have to get this up. You know, it's as simple as that. It's just a simple math, and it doesn't, you can't break it, guys. And I'm going to show you how to grow your business in a few seconds. And I'm hoping you guys now that are going, yes, I'm going to show you how big you can get. And for you guys that say no, you're going to have to work out, like, what is it that you need right now? More bums on seats, or do you need a better experience, build a better client journey? Because that's worth 86,000 a year to you. Let's just breathe a second. 86 grand for one person. Imagine 5, imagine 10. Let's not limit ourselves here. How fast do you think, like, you need to grow your business? Just imagine what next year would be like if you could get your staff members to 1,800, if you can get your staff members to 2,400, if you get your staff members to 3 grand. And we got people, again, on this call that I know have broke the 3 grand a week, £3,000 a stylist is making. Like, imagine that. That's 150K, guys. This is serious money we're talking about, but we limit ourselves and we sometimes go, my staff can't hit 3 times. And there's a reason for that. We're going to go through it today, because what I want to take you from, it's a journey where, like, you see the part of my story at the beginning, I need you to realize there's a different way here. Once we know the different way, then we can choose if we actually want to take that way or not. Here we go. 2 staff members. Yeah. How do you work out what your staff should be taking? Yeah, very simple. Well, you don't even have. So, Charlene, that gets to a lot more complex, which I could do. And if I have time, I will do that. But the reality is here, let's take this simple math, Charlene, just for you. Give your staff 30 clients a week, get your average bill to 60, they'll make you 1,800. Once you're full, we can grow. Now, that's 2 staff members. You should be on 172 grand. If these 2 are right in your business, right, that's 1,800 each that you 2s are taking. That's 2 full-timers. 172,000 you should be on right now. Is anyone else, like, in a aha moment thinking, like, this is easier than I think? We're going to get to check in a second, because, like, think about this. What happens if we got 3 employees? You see, if you could sat and worked at your business and done some of the basic stuff, the boring stuff, how do I get my marketing to give me new clients? How do I make sure these clients come back? How do I make sure these clients have a great experience and spend a bit more? And I want to get 30 clients per staff member. That's my goal. 3 fully booked staff members should get you £259,000, about $500,000 Australian. Pretty simple. What happens if we had 3? What happens if we had 5? £500,000. What happens if we had 10? Imagine that. 936,000. And by the way, you should be on 25%. It gives you a wage for yourself of 235, give or take a couple of pence. Like, geez, guys, like, you might not want to be a 10 stylist salon or a 10 beauty salon, but you could be 5 and get your salon to $500,000. Just do the boring stuff well. Get them 30 clients through the door, make sure they service them, make sure they come back, and get the average bill to about 60. Yep, not that bad. Not that hard, by the way, if you're doing cuts and colors. If your average bill less than this, it means this one should be more because you're just doing cut and blow dries all day. I mean, I'm going to show you in a second why, if you feel your staff can't do this, we're going to break that down in a second. How to get 3 times wage is really simple. Like it just explained exactly how to do that. You've got to make sure you can get bums on seats. That is the first thing we need to master. We've got to make sure that we can get clients in the door. Second, we've got to make sure that the clients return. They've got to come back, and they've got to come back in time. As you guys well know, most people now are dragging their appointments out way too long. Yeah, so Chris, if your average bill is still £40, like that's quite low. So your average bill should never be less than your cut and blow dry. That's just the rule of thumb. So if your cut and blow dry is like 40, then you're about you should be. But you can't do a lot of cut and color for £40. It means you must do an awful lot of cheaper stuff, Chris, to balance it out. You can't say we do loads of color, but average bill is 40, because like you must be doing stuff for 10 or 20 then. That's just taking off that big bill. That's minimal. So what happens if your team don't hit 3 times wage? Well, like we say, there is no money left in the bank for you, and there's definitely not heaps of profit. You're working week to week, month to month at best. We need to make sure we can master that if we can. So 3 ways to grow your salon. I go over and over. I've been doing this for 5 years now. There's only 3 ways. There is no more. We can talk about it as much as we like. There's only 3 ways to do that. And they are quite simple. We have to learn how to attract the right clients. Now, I'm going to show you some stats later why it's really important that you get the right clients. You've got to make sure that they're correct. Secondly, you've got to get them to come back. And that means come back for a second appointment and come back sooner. Most people are dragging their appointments out now by 18 weeks, twice a year at best. And then we can work on their spend on their average bill. So right now, if you're thinking about your business, what do I need to work on right now? Start at the bottom. When you can get the 30 clients in the door per stylist, then you can move up to the next level. Are they retaining 30 clients? If I've given them 30 and they're not fully booked, something's gone wrong here. And you need to work on a strategy to get them to return. If they are, then we can work on the average bill, either putting the prices up or walking through, maybe looking at your client experience, and can the whole salon increase as it goes through. These are your 3 ways. It's my pillars that I've been growing salon owners by 30% a year for the last 5 years. Nothing's changed. It may be basic, it may be boring, but it works. So why would we change it? And if you have a low average bill right now, you might be attracting the wrong clients through your door. So we know new client retention is one of the things we need to look at through here. The stats don't lie. So the reason that you guys may not be growing is because like only 17% is an average salon. So out of 100 people, you're only keeping 17. A good salon keeps 25%. Out of 100 clients, you've got 25 that return. But if you're a great salon and you've got everything correct, you get to keep 50%. 50%. You're growing your salon 4 times bigger than most other people around. And the reason of that is you've got to make sure your market is on point. They come through the door, what they expect, they get. And most people can't do that because it's not sexy. They'd rather go on branding on Instagram and think that's brilliant to spend their time on that. And the reality is it's nothing to do with that. It's finding the right client, the people you are meant to serve. Getting clients in sooner. Like, this is a huge game changer. If you've not seen this before, really dive in and take a look at this. Okay, 8 weeks, 30 clients a week. You need 240 clients to get someone full. When we talk about that person, to get them full, you need 240 clients. That's what you need. You imagine only keeping 17% of that. You need a whole lot of people, huh? So let's dive in. So 240 clients over 8 weeks, 78,000 a year. An average bill of 50, right? Not even that expensive right now. If they drag it out for 9 weeks, then it's 68,000 a year. If you do the same amount of clients and they're coming back every 10 weeks, you're only going to earn 62,000 a year. Can you see the difference? If they come every 12 weeks, it's now 51. It's an average of 10,000 per week that you're losing right now. So if your average is sitting around 12 weeks and that's the bill, if you want to get more money, you're going to get them in sooner. You need a strategy, which we'll talk about later on. We'll show exactly what we do with our clients. We're going to do some, this is high level stuff we're doing now. Then we're going to come down to ground level and actually show you what we do so you can see the difference as we go through that. Increasing the average bill. We believe if you get your client journey right, your retail, your add-on services like your treatments and your add-on double services grow like immensely. Let's say your salon is doing 100 clients a week. I put the average bill at 20. So there's Chris, there's you there. Right? 100 clients a week, you're on about 104. If you can get that to 25 a week, you're now on 130. You can see the difference through here. If you can increase from 20 to 50, you've gone from 104 to 260 with no more clients, not one client at all. Do you not think it's worth spending a bit of time teaching your team how to sell retail, how to do cross services, how to get that average bill up? Just £5 difference is sitting around 30 grand. Right? It's not a lot of effort, but geez, it makes a difference. Now, this is, I'm just showing you 3 strategies to get more money in your salon. 3. If you did all 3, like what would happen? See, we believe, I call it the war zone. Every day is a battle. It means you're nagging your staff. You have to do some work. You're working long hours. You're chasing social media. You're struggling to pay the bills. You've got no profit left over. You're paying too much tax, blah, blah, blah. We call it the war zone because you're out of control a little bit. And every day seems like Groundhog Day. Just when you think you're getting ahead, something kicks you back down. You're back to where you started from. That's what we truly believe. The 3 main reasons why salon owners never grow and give the owner freedom. Right now, in 2022, we believe it's finding and keeping the right staff. We believe that that is an issue for most people. Not having enough profit, we covered most of these guys with you, and leading the team, which means you need some skills. We believe they're the 3 issues that salon owners are struggling right now. Just hydrate in a second. Let's dive into your first problem. Finding and keeping staff. Big issue, right? It's one of the reasons people are going off to work on their own. It's also the reason why you can't grow your business. But I want to get really personal. Let's stop the rot first. I spoke to someone only this week that's lost 5 employees. And I've got to ask myself, if you're losing staff, let's look at ourselves first. What has our business got wrong? Are we employing the wrong ones to start with? Do they not want to work under you? Are you sort of reacting to things in the salon? Like, stop losing them first. That's the first thing we need to do. Second, breed your own. Have a strategy, which we guys went to London and built this, and we sort of going to bring this into our new year this year, is that you need to learn how to breed your own. They'll stay around twice as long, and they'll be at least 3 or 4 times loyal, and they'll know your salon culture better than anyone else. But most of you are too busy, or you're busy enough to try and train staff members or put effort in to staff members. I used to book out myself for a whole day when I took on a new staff member so I could show them my ropes and I could buddy them. I wanted to make sure I've sort of invested in them. But most of you guys are too busy to take this seriously enough. and they end up like lemons, and they look bored, and they copy other people, and then you nag them because they do things wrong because they haven't really learned. Lots of things going on here, guys. That is reality. How do you find staff members? Use the same marketing that you use to find clients. That's what we tell our staff members. How we find clients, we've got to find some issues with them. When we do that, we have to use exactly the same strategies, which we'll talk about later on, to find staff members, which we'll show you. People do business with people they like. I got taught this many, many years ago. People buy into the people more so than anything else. If you've got a salon full of happy people that love working there and have your culture and have your back and want the salon to do well, sometimes you don't even need to look at your KPIs. You will just grow and your team will be happy. I believe you need to choose better when you employ people or train them better. Your team is like an extension of you. And you've got to put the effort in. It's very hard when you're trying to run a business. I know you're like shouting at me now, Richard, I'm running a business though. I'm running a business. I know you are. I did too. And I still managed to do this. Find ways to make the shorter cuts like we talked before. This was someone else was saying, how do we stop staff members leaving? Fill your money pot. If you're still paying £10 minimum wage, like pay 12, pay 14, and you're probably thinking, I can't afford it. Why can't you afford it? Because there's not enough money in the pot. And if that's the case, I'm going to ask you now, why is there not enough money in the pot? Fill the pot. It's quite simple. Like your job is to fill the pot, you know, like get the average bill right, get the amount of bums on seats right, money will come. You've seen how easy it is to make money. We're going to show you a bit more as we go through this. I have a strategy, how I found my staff members, and I'll show you in a second. Your job is to find the diamond in the rough. They're there. You just got to see enough of them. I'm going to be really truthful, and I'm sorry, I'm going to use a cuss word. If you don't go through enough shit, you're not going to see the diamond in the rough. You see, I used to book back to back with people. By the way, if you have a good word out in town, if you pay well, if you do well, and you have a really good salon, staff come. And I back to back them. I want to see everyone together. So if I only got 3 people who came to see me, I'm interviewing them all at once. I've got 5-minute gaps. I want to see them all. I want to see the worst and the best. I'll do them all. And I don't do any corners. Please send your CV, email. No, I want to speak to people. I want to do life with these people. I need to know what these people are. I'm going to know what they're like with a CV. A CV in a hairdresser is a load of crap. I left school, wanted to be an electrician. My CV was rubbish, but I became a good hairdresser and a good salon owner, and hopefully a good coach. But you would have employed me. You would have demissed me with my CV. This is how I do mine. I put an advert in saying, call this number if you want a job. And they phone it up. And we make notes on the phone call. And then we say, hey, bring your CV in. We don't give a crap about the CV. I just want to see what they look like. So I see what they look like and we make notes on them. Then we call them in and I give them 5 minutes of my time. I don't speak to them. I give them a thing to fill in and I'm just checking them out. I'm looking at their nails, at their hair, at their makeup. You come for a job at my place? I'm just checking you out. And I talk to you about nothing. I'm butting in every time you're filling your form in. I want to see if you smile. Can you smile for 8 hours a day? That's what I want. And then I stack them and pack them and I watch them and I send them in for trials. I don't speak to them and I set traps for them. And then at the end of the day, you know what? I see the diamond in the rough. This takes effort, guys. And most of you guys are thinking, Richard, that's way too much. This person in Australia is worth 150,000 to me. Now tell me it's too much effort. You can't be bothered to do this. Because if that's the case, you'll always stay small and you'll always get the rubbish that turns up. You'll go, yeah, you got a good CV. You can do set highlights. You're good at cutting, get in. Like, nah, guys, these like, can you imagine letting someone in your house and you go and cook me a meal. And it's a good meal, you can stay. No, you want to have a chat with these guys. You want to check these guys out. You want to phone them up, stalk them on Facebook. You want to do the effort. If they're going to stay in your spare room as an Airbnb. You want to check these people out. Your salon needs to have the same respect. They're going to be part of your world for hopefully 2 to 3 years. You're going to make sure you can do life with these people. And it's worth 150,000 to some of you. And to some of you, it's worth at least £50,000. And I know £50,000 is a lot of money in today's world. And you've got to reward your team better. Like if you don't know what, and I had this conversation only today with somebody When they said, I don't know what my staff want yet. Really? Then find out. Because some staff don't want money to motivate them. Some staff want more. They might want more time off, they want no Saturdays, then they want to have a reason. Your job is to find out what do they really want and reward them with what they want. That's what life's all about. Give them a life. I set my staff a target one year. And the target was simple, is that everyone had a target to hit every single week. So let's just go round figures. My senior stylist had to hit 3,000 a week. Yep. My junior stylist had to hit 1 times wage. And if they did, they got a marble. Quite simple. Yep, they got a marble. And if they hit it, every week they hit it, they can put this marble in the jar. Let's put the marble in the jar for them, shall we? There we go. Yep, you get to hit it. Whoa, you can put the marble in the jar. At the end of the year, you can have up to 48 marbles because there's 48 weeks, isn't there? Right? And our job at the end of the year was to pull 2 colored marbles out. And these 2 colored marbles, we were going to fly our staff members, we were in Sydney, to Paris to go and learn cutting with a hairdresser, UK hairdresser of the year at the time, and then to go to London and then fly back, and they can take their boyfriends with them. Do you think we had a good year that year? We had a fantastic year. Now, this is depthy. There's a lot of things going on, and this is not just like, if you hit target, there was lots of things. There was the reward was massive. It was a team event. We all wanted to do it. It was the fact is that even if you only sold 2 hit target twice, just twice, you're still in with a run-in. So the people who do it week after week, the superstars, they're not taking control. Everyone is. Now that is scary. But I knew that if they hit their target, my pot would be big enough to reward them like they've never seen before. And that was my job. My job was to lead them and help them. And I made sure that they hit their 3,000 week after week. I wanted to send these people away so they talked about it for months with the staff. It was pretty epic. How things changed once I knew I needed help. My aha moment. You can see it starts here at year 6. I did 6 years of what I call in the war zone. I literally was battling every day until one day, one staff member tried to blackmail me. He came to me again 3 times in a year asking for more money. And I was crapping myself thinking he was going to leave and take all the clients with him because they all loved him. And I just got a balance where I was taking a few days off to work on the business. And do you know what happened? He left anyway. He left and went to Tony and Guy and left me anyway. He was always going to go, greedy so-and-so. Put me back, and I'm going, you know, I'm back to 5 days a week. I'm actually working 6 days a week, to be truthful. I'm going on Sunday to do marketing. Like, my life was like, this is not what I signed up for. You know, you got my friends who are giving me grief saying, come on, play golf. You work for yourself, do whatever you like. No, I work for the tax man and I work for my staff paying their bloody wages. That's what I'm doing. I'm worse off when I had a job. I didn't even get 4 weeks holiday a year. I'm lucky if I got 1 week. It was stupid. I knew it had to change. I made that decision. And I decided from this day forth, as I went through to the next 20 years, I was going to learn business. And I spent a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of wasted time, to be truthful, figuring out how to do this stuff. I don't want you to do that. I want you to not waste 15 years of your life to get there. Not when someone else has cracked it and they're happy to give it to you. Again, don't take my word for it. We've got these people, Laura Lee. I've been working with Richard for 18 months now. I can honestly say I don't know what I got through the pandemic with Richard. I have been with Richard for years, says Kaylee, and he has been incredible support to my business. Susie, of course, is, I've been working with Richard for almost a year now, and can honestly say my business has never been stronger, from helping me implement systems, motivate the team, teach me how to attract clients. And you notice, like, the proof is amazing law salons that work with him and reap rewards. I can't recommend him enough. Like, we've been through, I can show you hundreds of these if I really wanted to. Like, it's not just me here blowing smoke. These people are still in my group. They've been with me a while and they're still making good money, which is fantastic. But before we go further, let's just check in. What have you noticed so far, guys? Come on, there's enough of you on here now. Let's dive into a little bit of interaction. What's been the aha moment for you so far? Like, is any of this resonating with you at all? Or am I just waffling now to nobody? By the way, if you talk to me, I'll give you a chance to hydrate and have a break. Nicola, agree with everything. Yeah, Nicola, I'm like you. These people, by the way, that we've showed the testimonials, they were like you. They want to call just like you. They joined up just like you. And hopefully we'll give you 30% increase as well. Asking staff what they want. Yeah, I think we need to find out, give them what they want. They'll stay. You know, some people might go, hey, I want a full-time job, happy with £10 an hour. I only want to work 4 days a week, but happy to work longer hours. Okay, let's work it out. My job as a boss is to make it happen. Exactly where I feel I'm at the moment, working over hours to pay staff and taxman. Jesus, it's a horrible time, let me tell you. And the story, I'm not sure if I'm even telling the story today. Like one year I couldn't afford to pay the tax. It went on the never for a year. God, that hurts. Hurts like hell. Let me tell you, when you're paying the taxman money for last year and you're paying this year's and you're struggling, it's horrible time. Took my half the ball, making good takings, but profit was just dreadful. Keeping staff with self-employed world is risky. Yeah, I don't think so. I think keeping staff is fantastic. I think that's the way to go. Thank you very much. Yeah, the reality is, I've been in the war zone for too long, just as you feel getting that always seems to be a setback. It's about, yeah, I think that most people, we've got to realize that, like Nicola said, keeping staff with self-employed world is risky. I think that our job is to give the team what they want. And we've got to make sure there's enough money in the pot. Okay, problem number 2, you guys might be feeling this, not enough profit. Takings is irrelevant. I'm going to go through that in a second. Yep. Your wage bill will destroy your dreams. Do you work out your average bill takings, the VAT off? Kim, that depends. 2 things. If you include the VAT in there, the average bill includes VAT. If it's not in there, the average bill doesn't contain VAT. However your world is, it makes no difference. If it's in or it's out, just make sure they're both in or they're both out. It's irrelevant, I promise you. Your wage bill, it's the biggest beast you've got, right? And it will. Guys, come on, let's get some honesty here. If your wage bill is over 50%, you're in trouble. What do you think? If you're 80% busy, you can put your prices up and lose a few clients and still do okay. You got to make sure you're pretty good, and you got to make sure when you increase your prices, you increase the client journey. If your wage bill is over 50%, I know there's not much profit left in your pot. Oh my God. Yes, monthly takings, yeah. Kim, great question. That includes if you're working the floor, you put your wage in. If you're not working the floor, you can leave your wage out. Don't give it like a freebie now. You can't say, you know, all of them. Whatever it costs to make the money. If that means if 2 salon owners are working it, there you go. Takings is just an indicator of growth. Profit is what really is successful. We talked about that earlier on with some of you guys. You've got to make sure that you have money in the bank. Like, you should be sitting there with a lazy 50K at the end of the year. Most of you guys who are on this call are big enough salons to understand you should have 50 grand in the bank. And if you haven't, we should be chatting, because we can do that really easy with most salons. What percentage do you think the wage bill should be? My staff is 2 senior stylists and 2 juniors. Yeah, ideally, Jeremy, your goal is to get your wage percentage to 30%. That's where it should be. And if you can get 2 seniors are doing 3 times their wage and 2 juniors doing 1 times their wage, you'll be there. That's where you should be, right? So there's workings out that gets that done. We don't have time to break it down in a personal level on this call, but that'll give you the higher end of it. An unhealthy salon, wage percentage is at 50%, stock is 25, bills are 30, tax is 15, nothing left for yourself. If we manipulate these 2, which are your dangers, let me just tell you that. Here's a healthy salon. If you can get your wage between 30 and 35, your stock between 10 to 15, we have a wage bill for yourself at 35% and a little bit of profit, which is not bad, really. You know, profit is an account for a rainy day. It's a rainy day account that you don't even need to spend the money for. So that is a healthy salon right now. But you will notice these are the beasts that we have saved. And by doing that, how do you get your wage bill down? You need to get your takings up, or which we'll get in a second. Energy goes where you focus. Everyone whinges about VAT being the biggest bill. I hate it. Stop. Nothing you can do about it. I was in the Hairdressers Federation 30 years ago trying to get the VAT down to 5%. Nothing's changed. It's gone up, if anything. Back in my day, it was 17.5%. Focus on growing your business. Focus on growing your team. Focus on growing your profits. Staff not hitting targets. Who gets the blame? Do you know what? There's only one person here on this call right now. Only one person whose fault it is if your staff aren't hitting targets. We know who it is. We don't have to point them out. It's because you're a greedy boss, isn't it? You just want them to do more so you can earn more. Yep, Chris, yep. The thing is here, guys, when you nag your team to earn more, do more, why have you got gaps? Why have you not sold? Why are you not busy? They just think you're greedy. Your job isn't to inspire them and tell them why. If your team are not united in growing your salon so the salon makes more money, so you make more money, so they make more money, you have not stood up and been a leader in your salon. They don't understand why it's important. And we have to do that. You guys who are with us, we do that every year. We sit down with our team members and we build the reason why. And the reason we do that is because we don't have to nag them ever again. To do that is quite simple. Choose your year target. And if you're anything like me, if you work with me, the first thing we do is give you a 30% increase. That's what we do. Then we check in every quarter. You guys sometimes call it an appraisal. We check in. Weekly is when we do our weekly meetings, our weekly coachings, and then individually after that, we break it down. But as a salon whole, your team needs to know why the salon needs to hit a 30% growth. So that's where we need a bit of work behind the scenes. We've got to figure out, let's give you a 30% increase. If you're doing 200 grand, we're going to make you 60,000 more this year. 60,000 pounds. What are you going to do with it? Well, you might tell the team, if we do this next year, we're going to go to Expo. We're going to go to Salon International and we're going to spend a bit of money. We're going to get a trainer in for you. We might even close for a few days and take you all to Spain as a team building exercise. Might even pay for Richard to go with you. Or we might give them a bit of a pay rise. Or we might get the salon done out. The reason has to be good enough for them to buy into it. And by the way, we should know what they want out of it, because you go, if that's true, you're going to receive this as well as a bonus. And then we're all on the same page. And every week we just do role playing, checking in or making things work. We don't have to nag them. Like, they know the goal. Let's all work towards the goal. We don't have to nag them. They don't think you're greedy. I'm going to tell you something. This is the only way to stop thinking there's another. I've been in business way too long. I've been coaching way too long. I've read more business books than you probably have hot dinners right now. And I've searched every way to grow a business in any industry. There's only 3. There's no other way right now. Since COVID happened, you're going to have to fill your pot. I believe 2022, and someone messaged me this a few weeks ago, that the good salons are going to last and make lots of money. And the mediocre salons are going to drop way down below, because you are going to lose staff to the good salons or to self-employed. We have no other choice than to master this. You guys here today, there's 33 of you left on this call. You guys have came here today, hopefully to figure out how to get to the next level. You're better than most. Some people couldn't be asked. We had 120 people sign up to this, so you're now ahead of them. Some of you are going to watch this video and do absolutely nothing except waste the hour with me here and do nothing and never fix this. But it will come, because we can't stop it. Staff demand more, clients demand more. I don't know about you, as a salon owner, I want more. COVID's changed me as a person. I want more holidays and more security. That's what they want too. Let me tell you a story. This is my big aha moment. I was sitting there with the MD of L'Oreal right now, Beatrice Dorsenberg. We were sitting there together, and it was in a room of 12 people, the top 12, apparently, the top 12 L'Oreal salons in Australia at the time. We sat there and we shared everything. We shared our takings. I was the laughing stock, to be honest with you. These guys were taking millions and millions and millions. Like, they were all doing really well. And then there's me, my hand went up. I do 700,000. What's he doing here? 700,000. He shouldn't even be in here. Who are you anyway? These guys were off the telly. Some of these guys were like educators that you thought were really famous. We went through their profit. I made double what any other salon made there. Profit, I kicked their ass. They all called me a liar. I had to go and phone my accountant to send me my profit and loss to show it to them. because they were calling me a lot. There's no way that you made that much money with that much take-ins. Yeah, I did. My salon ran really well. They just didn't have control of anything at all. That was when I realized what I had in my salon was special. Yeah, I weren't taking millions like them. I wasn't a household name like them. I was paying myself twice as much as them. They had big egos. I didn't. What I'm going to share with you today is that exact system that I had in my salon. So I got over myself from that day and I made the change. I realized from this day forth, once my salon is great, once I've got to myself, so I got 2 salons, buying a 3rd one, it was time to give back to the industry and time for me to go, okay, I'm going to share what I have with everyone else. Like I said, right at the beginning, my aim on this is to change your mind that there is a better way and find out, am I the one that was going to help you do it in your salon? Because there's a hell of a lot to do and you might have to find someone to help you do that. My 6 years of my life. You will pay. I promise you right now. I heard someone right at the beginning, I've been in the war zone too long. I've been doing this for too long. You're paying with money or time. You've either got a bit of spare cash and you want to get there faster, and you will get 30% increase. I promise you, if you did our program, you can see that people do it all the time. We've got someone on here, we've got a few people on here actually that have been with us and they can prove that that's exactly what happens in our business. Or you pay with time. I don't know about you now, but now since I've broke 50, time is really precious to me, like really precious to me. I'm happy to pay for a quicker route than my time. My time is all I have left in this world. And it's going pretty fast at the moment. And you're the same, you know, like you're gonna have to, when I say you pay with time, it means you're gonna have to go and read some books, go to different seminars, spend lots of things like this, go into your salon, trial and error, because you don't know what to do. You're just guessing until eventually you might crack it or you might not. You know, once you lose a staff member, it's going to hit you bloody hard. Let me tell you, there's a slide in here. I think losing a good staff member takes you back a year, a full year. You've got to get in there before they come to you and ask for a pay rise. You've got to go to them and go, I want to give you a pay rise. And that stops the rot. The journey awaits you. Like I just say, you can spend an awful lot of time learning this stuff, or you can jump and do the fast route. Like we can show you people. We've actually got one person on here at the top, Angie Townsend. She's actually on the call. You can see her. I've been working with Richard for nearly a year. My turnover's increased by 30%. See, he wasn't lying at all. I've made more profit in the last 10 months than I have in the 25 years of trading. We have weekly one-to-one. She's a go-getter. We've got Natasha, who's smashing it. Catherine, I was shocked this week. I had a coaching call with Catherine this week. I was shocked how much she'd actually saved in her business since she put the Profit Now into system. We have a Profit Now course, by the way. It's pretty epic if you've not got it. It's how to keep most of the money. I was gobsmacked. Like Jenny Wineswell, like 2 salons and a place in the sun. Like these people are crazy. Maria's now got 3 hairdressing salons in Sydney. Like these people have been with me. These are not your small salon owners. These are good salon owners that came and became great. There's a difference, you know. Let's just check in and talk about profit. I'm going to go pretty fast on this one. So let's, guys, what have you learned so far? Come on. It's our last check-in before we just go through the last problem, which is all about you. It'd be nice to do a bit of mindset stuff right at the end, even though I'm not too much of a mindset coach, to be truthful. Let's pull this in while we go 45 minutes in. Come on, let's check in now, guys. What are you thinking so far? What's our thoughts where we are? Let's dive in. Hit me up as we'll go forward. Hopefully you're typing away. And we'll go into problem number 3. Guys, someone's got to lead this team. Like they're looking at you to lead. It's as simple as that. Yeah, get that wage percentage low for sure. Takings, leading the team, but feeling afraid. Yeah, it happens. Yeah, good on you, Karen. Yeah. Let me tell you what most people want. Staff just want security. They've got mortgages, car loans, got a family. They want to make sure their job's secure and they want to make sure they're paid well. That's it. And it's your job to make sure you have that. You've got to have a month's money put somewhere. Yeah, it's about like, this is all about you setting the year out how you want it to grow. So if I was with you, Isabel, yeah, that's about like this is Isabel, you've summed it all up really importantly there. It's true. It's lonely. We're at the top on our own. We're guessing, like we're juggling a couple of bad weeks. We're shitting ourselves. That's the reality. I've been there. I'll be following the Profit First system based on Mike Mikhailovich's book. Yeah, that's exactly what it's like, Jeremy. But I'm excited to hear about the profit system from. Okay, Jeremy, we've took his. I've done his course. We've took it and we converted it into the salon world. That's what we did, because it is different to that. It's a good system, but mine's completely different. Yeah, Charlene, subsidize and staff's wages. You guys, like you're all in the right place, and I'm feeling the love. We need to move forward, and we do. This is really, really brilliant. Like, who's going to steer this ship? You've got to set targets, do team meetings, do the client experience, many more things. Train them, market with them, setting goals, hold their hand, find out about the rebooks, look about the retail. This is your job, and most of you are behind the chair too long. Like, how can you work for even 4 days behind the chair and still run the salon? Like, what you're doing is you're just jerking stuff. You're just not doing stuff. You know, you're doing the hair because it's safe, it's comfortable. So I know our clients like me, it's safe, I can do it here. Everything else I can do itself. But somebody needs to do this, and it's you. If you could literally not do the clients today and spend all the time on this, you know your business would grow. The job here is we don't have to spend hours and hours and hours and hours every week to do it. Once you know how to do it, it doesn't take that long, but someone has to do this stuff. I work 7 days a week in my business, and I thought the harder I work, because everyone wanted me, I put the takings in, the more I work, the more the staff didn't do anything. Do you know why they didn't do anything? I thought they were lazy buggers, demotivated. I'm doing all the work. They're standing in the back room having a laugh. There's nothing more. On a Friday night, you've got 3 clients on the go, my team in the back room laughing, having fun, and I'm working bloody hard to pay their wages. And do you know why that is? I'll tell you why that is. Because I'm spending too much time on the floor and not driving clients into their column. And I'm not helping them get the clients to come back. It's not their fault, it's mine. I'm the one who's like, let's just work hard, let's just work hard, let's just work hard. 15 years in the making it took me to make this shift. I wish someone got a big wet fish and slapped me around the face and go, Richard, it's time to work on the business, mate. Where have your business skills come from? And I'll go, I don't know, just making it up as I go along. You're making it up as you go along. Some of you guys might call it winging it. Like, really? Get some business advice, and not from your accountant, for God's sake. They're not business people, they're historians. Their job is to save you tax. That's it. Get some business advice. That's why business coaches exist. Like, no point in winging it anymore. There's no need. There's a lot of coaches out there. Find which one suits you best. You must master the 3 ways to grow your business. You must. The solution, you've got to make sure that whatever happens, if I employ a senior staff member tomorrow, I can fill them up. I can make my clients return. And by the way, this is worth hundreds of thousands to most of you. Getting your clients to return is worth thousands and thousands and thousands. And then raise your average bill. And you do that because people will leave if you put your prices up. You can't just put your prices up. You're going to have to like cross-sell. You're going to have to lift the game. You're going to have to build a strategy so people go to the team. This takes effort. You've got to do team meetings. The amount of people I speak to and go, oh, we don't do team meetings because I ran out of things to talk about. How on earth can you run out of things to talk about? I could do a team meeting every day of the week. You've got to inspire them and check in on them. This comes back, remember, to the big picture. Hey guys, we're going to really crack it this year. We're going to do £500,000. And when we do, you guys are all going to get £15 an hour. High five that. So every week we're sort of like, hey, what went wrong? What went wrong today? Did someone not pay the price? Did our prices go up? Did you cross-sell? Did we sell some retail? How you train them, and you train them, and you train them until eventually we're all doing it. You don't own your business. You're a custodian of it. We're all in this together. That's how you do team meetings. You would have seen this before if you've been part of me. There's stage 1 is why. Stage 2 is like what they need to know. Stage 3 is how to do it. Stage 4 is, hey, for you guys to monitor it, make sure they stay with it. If you don't get number 1 right, every team meeting we have a workbook that goes with this. It sort of sits like this. It's a bit of a book, and it's called Team Meetings. And every single category you have to go through, like, why? Why do you want me to fold the towels a certain way, Richard? Why do you want me to do retail? Why do you want... If you don't get this why right, you cannot move down to stage 2. Stage 2 is called what? It's what most of you guys do. It's like a bullet point. Take edge of towel and stick to edge of towel, fold in half, place on floor. Now take the left hand and put on the right hand and put into the cupboard. How many of you just do that? And then 3 days later, they haven't listened to a word you said. because they don't take in this until they know the why. And then once you do the what, you have to move into the how. And this is simple. It's a practice. We're going to have to play. Let's pretend. Let's all show how we can fold a towel. Let's all do it. And you have to watch and observe. And then this bit, stage 4, is the important bit. It's where we watch and we feedback. And that's how you do a good team meeting. So every subject you bring, and by the way, we have modules on this to really break it down. So, but if they don't crack this, if they don't crack stage 1, they're looking out the window as you're talking, guys. You know what I mean? You have to learn to be a better teacher. Teach how to do that in module 9, really important. Being fully booked is hurting your business. We have something that we call 5 dials. It's the 5 most important things in your business right now. And we track them. We help you track them, by the way, every single month. And we do that for a reason, is that these are the dials, like getting into your car and they're going to know certain things. There's a sat nav. There's find out if you've got enough petrol, if you've got enough water. It tells you how speed you're going at. You can't drive your car without a dashboard. It's impossible. You'll get pulled over by the police, or you'll be speeding or going too slow, or you'll run out of petrol. These is your business. If you've not got the 5 dials, I don't know how you can run your business. And your business is to look at the 5 dials to grow your business. My question to you, who is making sure what you're doing is right? If I gave you 500 clients today, you didn't keep them, you need to know why and who and what went wrong. And that's your job, is to not bollock your staff members. It's not their fault. Your job is to help them find where they're weak and fix their spaces. You know, they've got an issue somewhere on the line, and your job is to do that. How I systemize my salon. Now, if you don't have systems in your salon, truthfully now, I don't know how you can actually get any other clients to go to your teammates. Because you see, I made the salon my destination. Everyone who came to my salon had the same thing. So if I did a cut and blow dry, how I did the consultation, how I did the show and tell, how I spoke to them, every single people in the salon does exactly the same way. It makes no difference. The haircut's a bit different. We get personalized, we get a bit creative. But apart from that, you know, everyone gets treated the same. And suddenly, clients like anyone, they realize that they're all good. You don't think the client's sitting there listening to all your other staff members, do you? And you're the one who's at the top doing all the good consultations. You're the one who gives a shit. Your retail's high. Your rebooks are good because you're doing all the work, and your team are going, same again. Needs to change, guys. The moment I did that, the salon grew and grew. Not just me, because I could back off and spend more time, and the salon grew, and on it went, because that was the whole point of it. Yeah, I totally agree. We've done this time and time again, like this particular one here. I see comments, which can't afford a coach. You're exactly the same thoughts, but now gives to sign up. Only been a few weeks. I just like to leave this and talk about it. Today started as what I thought was going to be a snowball train wreck. Messaged Richard, and he quickly got me refocused, some quick ideas. Next thing, I'd filled 9 hours of gaps over the next 2 days. That was only action 2 hours before we closed. Let's see what happens tomorrow morning. This month's paid for. I'm on 2nd month of the year. Crackers. Let's check in. We're on right to the end. I'm going to zip through this check-in, guys, but I'll just check in with you to make it easier. My aim, remember, guys, through the whole of this is to convince you don't have to do the same way, because to be truthful, it's probably not working as well as you think it is, or you know it's not working, but you didn't realize another way. My goal today is to show you there is a way. But we have roadblocks, things that are actually stopping this happening. Let's dive through. Why most salon owners don't grow. Your bills come fast and furious, so there's not enough money in the pot to share with your team, with you, or for marketing. Who agrees with that? The bills come fast and there's never a lot left. Geez, that's a scary thing when you start to grow your business and it gets big. They don't half come, and they aren't half big when they come through the door. Oh, yeah, they're scary sometimes. Hey, when you've got to pay your wage bill, your VAT bill, your tax bill, and you're thinking, my God, rent's due. Oh yeah, it's a reality, guys. It hurts. Cash flow is king. I don't care what you say. Right now, if you have any problem in your business, I don't care what your business is. If you've got a problem in your business, you've got 100,000 in the bank, I bet that problem becomes very small. And it does. It's really small. So when you've got cash in the bank, you can breathe. Our job is to help you get cash in the bank. As we said, the unhealthy salon spend and a healthy salon spend. We've got to get them wages down. And you know, one of the biggest ways to do that is really simple. You're not going to like me for it. You don't have enough clients wanting other staff members to free you up so you can steer your ship and grow your business. Jeremy, that's a really good question. So Jeremy says, how do I go about passing on my clients to other staff members? Should I worry about lost profits by giving them to providers who charge less? That is a lot of depth in that answer, Jeremy, that I can't answer on here because it's too depthy. It's not as easy as you imagine. If you're passing on to a staff member that charges less than you, you're going to probably lose what, maybe 200 quid at best, right? Let's just say 200 quid, right? For example, could be less, even 500 quid. But you now spending all that time growing your business, do you think you can make more than 500 quid? Do you think if you sort of like used my keep in touch strategy, used our marketing strategy, and used our strategy to get your client's average bill up, you've seen the figures, do you think you'll make more than 500? That's the question you got to ask yourself, Jeremy. Here's our client journey, quite simple. It walks in like this. We believe in a client journey. No one has a client journey at all. And we can up your average bill by making sure your consultation is here. We have a 6-step consultation. And also we have a show and tell, which we've just coached on actually right now. And we've had people, I think even Angie, who's on the call, her rebooks went up by about 18%. Mastering your client journey is the only way clients stay. It's also the fastest way to have, like when you look in your business, the money is in the till. You look on the first Monday of the month and you see, grip, Richard, I've got 30,000 booked in or 50,000 booked in. Does not make you feel good. When you've got 7, it's scary. So we have touch points that we work through on our sheets. You can see the reason why this is important. Our job is to take you from any here to get you to here. When we get a client in your salon, we want them to stay. Because don't forget, a client to you is probably going to be worth about £2,000. If we can keep half of them, that's a lot of money suddenly building up pretty fast. Remember, our job is to fill that staff member so they give you between 50K to 100K. That's our goal. And if we can make that happen 4 times quicker than anyone else, yeah, I'd take the route. I did the 4 times slower route, remember? It's not fun, let me tell you that. Potential growth, we talked about this before, the difference by getting your average bill up anywhere between 104 to 260, just by chipping away. And it is just chipping away, doing more colors, getting more new colors through the door, selling treatments that come to the salon, doing a bit of retail. It's a mixture of everything. And if you get the client journey right, this happens with ease, with ease. Again, we believe that if you try and get clients back, it makes a big difference. We saw this before. You know, it takes, you know, how many weeks it actually takes to fill a style? It's 58 weeks. That's over a year. If you go down to this way, it only takes 20 weeks if we can save 50%. Our job is to fill this person as fast as we can. Because let's be honest, if they're taking 3 times wage, which let's be honest, I mean, someone said this earlier on, so let's just break this down. 1,800, okay, let's get my calc out, for example. 1,800 divided by 3, you could pay this person £600 a week. And you're still sitting there at 3 times wage. I want you guys in the UK, just for example, if you paid your staff member 600 a week, right? So if you divide that by 38 weeks, that's going to be £15 an hour. How many do you think would like that? Come on, guys, hit me up. If you paid your staff £15 an hour, do you think they'd be happy? Do you think they'd still leave you to go elsewhere? Yeah, it'd be amazing, wouldn't it? The average bill is irrelevant, Kim, on how much time it takes on this question. Yeah, okay, great. So here's the question, guys. This is the smallest figure. This is 50 grand we're working on, 50,000, yeah, 1,800 a week, that's all. Yeah. Okay, so tell me something, guys. Why are you not paying £15 an hour? Why are you not paying them 600? I think it's because they're not earning you 1,800. And if that's the case, it means your average bill is probably too low, or you've not got enough bums on seats. And this is the crux of everything we've been talking about today. Everything. The reality of this is really simple. This can be done. I mean, I'm gonna ask Angie. I know she's not part of your world. Angie is with us. Angie, can you tell me? Can you type in what you roughly pay your staff members per hour? I mean, Angie is with us. Been with us for a year now. We pay 12 to 14, but in the past, yes, net of VAT or including VAT, be 3.5 times. But we're looking net VAT. So Angie is with us right now. She's with us. Been with us for a year. She pays her staff members £15 to £20 an hour. Like, that's the difference. Yeah, I'm paying 50 an hour and it still doesn't seem enough. Yeah. So if that's the case, Alison, you need to up it again. Yeah, and then they get 30% commission on top of that. Guys, we need to work on that as best we possibly can. If your wage bill is too high, you need to do this. Are you ready, guys? If your wage bill is over 50%, sack your staff. Literally, go in tomorrow, sack 2 staff members, your wage percentage will be back to where it should be. Because the reality is you are overstaffed. If you've not got your wage percentage between 30 and 40%, there's a good chance that you're overstaffed. You need bums on seats and you need to get clients to come back and stop losing them. That's a fact. I've been doing this too long, but we don't want to do that. You just don't have enough clients to fill the staff. This is what we introduce to anyone that comes with us. We call it the first 60 days. When a client comes into your salon, we expect you to send them a Jennifer Leathers. This is going to be a link that sends them to your website, and it explains everything's going to happen the day they arrive. Yeah, most people are paying their staff 3 times, and then they hit 30% commission of anything above that, Alison. That's what normally I would coach them to do. And then we send them a spear on day 1. It'd be like, hey, how's things going? And then on week 2, we send them another spear. A spear is a short message expecting a reply. And then we might send them a gift, or we might send them a gift. Our job is, before it gets to 8 weeks, we want them booked back in the salon or not at all. This is what we set up with our clients. It's a plan of action of every brand new client that comes through your door that we do not want to lose them. So we set a system up for your new clients. We also set a system up once it goes past 8 weeks. We want to make sure that we get through that. I'm a firm believer that you have 2 pots of people. You have the A graders and you have the B graders. The A graders, they love you. They really love you and they can afford you, right? B graders, they love you also, but you know what? They just can't afford you. They would like to, but they just can't. So we believe that this pot of people, I like them. I want more of them. I love them. Let me tell you why I love them. Because when I get a new staff member, I dip into this. And I go, hey, come to our salon. I'll give you a good bundle. I might give you some discount, whatever it may be. I'll get you in there. And the reason I do that is because they love me, but they can't afford me. But that's how I fill staff really quickly. That's how I fill new staff getting on the floor. Your good staff are always going to be rebooked. Your good staff are always going to fill their bucket. These are some of the new people that come in along. So we have to set a system for that. We built it. I've been doing it for 25 years. We implement it in most of the salons that are with us, and it makes a massive difference because we can get people that are having 18 weeks, we can get them to 12 weeks. And you've seen the money difference between the two. It's humongous. Yeah, the difference is getting someone who's going to come twice a year or someone who's going to come 4 times a year. Pretty amazing, hey? You know, if your database is 1,000 and they come twice a year, or your database is 1,000 and they come 4 times a year, it doesn't take long to realize that you're actually going to double your business by bringing it down by 6 weeks. Crackers, huh? Amazing. You want to grow your business fast? You got to learn how to do, we call this keep in touch strategy. Whoop, keep in touch strategy. It works well. No other coach I know. Oh, definitely work in a beauty business. Definitely. We've got laser people selling it to people who've got facials. We've got people who are nail salons. It happens all the time. My girlfriend is a UK coach and also a nail salon, and she uses this in her nail salon to fill her clients in of someone that's just training and got on the floor until they get fully qualified. Then they move on to regular clients, and she gets someone else and uses Pot B as well. Oh yeah, it works in any service industry at all. And you've seen the difference. The difference is between, if they're like 12 weeks to 8 weeks, it's what, 20 something thousand. On average, it's 10,000 per week per staff member. It's bonkers how much money you guys are losing right now by not implementing the keep in touch strategy. Don't tell me that Forrest and all the other ones have, yeah, we send emails out. They don't work, because if they did work, you wouldn't be losing clients and the weeks wouldn't be so bloody big. They don't work because the message is off. They don't understand it. So I've been doing this. It's from the, they're computer people that made this up. I built this in my own business. I've been using it and testing it in other salon owners. This works and always has, still does. Angie, who's also on the call, like you saw earlier on, we got hers down in a year. I think it was something like, I'm going to guess now, was it 18 to 14 weeks? I'm not too sure. So you can't get off the floor to work on your business. Most of you have said that. We talk about systems, 5-dial tracker. That's what we use for our 5-dial tracker. Not having enough profit. I want to dive into this. So the profit now system, Angie took Angie to 18 weeks to 12 weeks. So like, guys, this is reality. We're doing this with real people right now. I'm so glad Angie came to this call. Think about this. This is what I imagine. You've got your money coming in. Because this changed my world. The guy that said about Mike Mikhailovich. Think about a toothpaste. When you get a brand new toothpaste, I don't know about you, but I'm like this. It's like, I'm stacking it bloody high as possible. I don't care. It's like a cornetto in my hand. And I put it in my mouth and half it drips on the floor and I don't care. I'll wash it down the sink. I'll get some more one and I'll give myself a good old teeth clean. When I get to the end and I forgot to buy some, I'm squeezing it out and squeezing it. It goes for another 2.5 weeks. Well, how do I just go for a little bit? How do I? Ever been to the bathroom and there's only one tissue there, you girls? Bet you manage it, hey? When there's a full roll, it's wrapping it around your hand, isn't it? Making a snowball out of it. It's what we do. So in Profit Now, the plan's quite simple. What we need to do is get your money out of your business bank account and take it and put it somewhere else. So we have a system. You need to be more frugal. This is our actual worksheet that we work on. We have an above and below the line. How we tend to work this is quite simple. Let's say your take-ins is, let's just go 500K. Your stock is, I don't know, let's say 180K. Your wages are sitting at 300K. We work out what them percentages are, and we believe that your real takings, this is excluding VAT, by the way, guys. Where's my calculator? 300,000, well, plus 180. I should know this anyway. So that's going to give us a 480 bill. So that means our real income is only 20,000. And then our profit, owner's wage, tax, and our rent and stuff comes out of that. I think I might have over-exaggerated the stock spend. Our aim is to get that down to some sort of reality, because if that was the case, we should only have spent out of this 50,000 on stock and probably, let's have a look, 500,000. Yep, 150,000 on wages should be. And then we have our real income is 300K that gets spent on that. And our job is for you, is when you do this, is to figure out your money in, where your money goes, and then we separate it. We do something really clever with it. And that's how some of our people, I've seen 50, 90, and 120,000 I've seen them in a bank account. 50, 90, and 120. Like, it's bonkers how much money people can save when they really want to. And that's just by being a little frugal. Now, the reality is here, we've had a little bit of a laugh, took ourselves, we got to the end. Now we're going to hopefully wrap up in the next 10 minutes, guys. And hopefully you guys are going to stay with me to the end. If this is now, and this is 2022, there's only one question I need to ask you. Where do you want to be in a year's time? If me and you sat and had a coffee and we go, hey, where do you want to be in a year's time? I'd love to know that. So wherever you are now, what increase do you actually want in a year's time? Be it money, let's say it's going to be money or percentages. What do you want in 12 months time from now? Where do you want to be? You're going to sit on a beach and reflect right today, 12 months from today. What do you want? Do you want more staff? Do you want more takings? Do you want more time off? What do you want? in 12 months when we go, hey, Richard, I've had an absolutely brilliant year. Thank you. This is what I've done. Yeah. On a beach in the black. That is fantastic. I love that. And the question is, what does it take? So Isabel, your question, your head now is, what does it take to make that happen in 12 months? What about you guys? What are your aspirations right now? Less days, more profit, more team building. Yeah, I love that. Paying staff more, having more time off. Love that, Fiona. Well done. Yeah, like reality guys pay staff more. Yeah, how much more you got to figure out? I want to be part-time so I can go to a barber school. Yeah, fantastic. So the question here, guys, let's say this is 12 months time, and let's say due to what's going on in the world right now, you're going to have to increase your business by 5% just to stay the same. Trust me, you will. Some of you will try and stay the same. Let's say you'll go down here, you'll be minus 5%. If you guys lose staff this year, and some of you you might even lose 15% of your business in 12 months. It's doable. It really is. If you want to increase your business by, let's say, 10% or 20%, and I'm going to go up here because we aim for 30%, which most people think is bonkers. The one thing I want to just remember now is if this is a year, that's going to be 6 months. And the one thing that took me ages to see is that if you're here in 6 months' time, you're never going to reach a 30% increase. You're going to struggle to hit 10%. If you're here in 6 months, it's not long before you end up here. It's massive. Now, it's a side step. It's nothing. It's a little step. It's one step forward in the sand, and you're there, and then you can start building your trajectory to as high as you want. Leave it 6 months. It's too far. You can't do anything about it. It's too gone. You know, you're on the wave that's sort of like gone past. It's a reality. It took me ages to get this. You know, next year I'll do this. Next year I'll do that. It never comes. It never comes. I've shown you testimonial after testimonial. I can show you more. You can go onto Facebook and check me out if you want to. These are over and over again. This week is traditionally the quietest week of the year. I have no appointments left the rest of the week. I just had to fit in 8. That's why 8 more clients for 1 discount text, and only 1 was interested in the offer. Others all at full price. They didn't even want discount. So proud of the girls last week. We had a projected salon of $4,000. We finished with 6,600. Love that. I've been with Richard over a year. The knowledge he delivers is not repetitive, and it has layers and extra understanding, which allows me to develop my team and my confidence. If we do, I think we might be the only time we crack 20 grand when it's not Christmas. Don't you just love that? We tried to beat the clock. We had 4 bookings within 10 minutes. Love that. Guys, I'm going to slowly wrap up here now. So the training's ended, right? So you guys that are here for the training and just go, hey, I'm just here for the training and I'm done. You can jump if you want to. If you want to stay and figure out, like, I want to show you what we do, how much we charge, how I can help you, what guarantees we have. Do you guys want to see that? If you do, I'm more than happy to stay on for 10 minutes and dive through this and show you exactly what we do. But I need to know it's what you want. I don't want to do any sales pitches if I don't have to. But I think it might be time for some of you guys. I think you guys are ready. Yeah, awesome. I love that. You see, I think the reality is, guys, is that, awesome. My job today was to do 2 things. My job today was just to show you there's another way. That's it. Like, you don't need to do you. There's nothing about like, I winged it all on my own. I did it all on my own. It doesn't happen, guys. I've seen it so many times. You saw Angie. Angie was doing tremendously well on her own. Absolutely amazing once she jumped on board. We have a lot of people that do that. But let me just dive through and share this with you. The second thing we've got to find out today is, are you really ready to the next level? That's the question we need to ask. And we're going to get to that in a second. We do have bonuses for the first 10 people that join us, by the way. So if you guys, I'm going to put this in the group just so you guys know, because I know it happened last time and it went absolutely bloody mental. I sent it to everyone. Here's the link. We've been working on this for a while now. We decided to find out two things. And Angie is one of these people. So there's a reason why I'm explaining this, why Angie is there, is that we found out two things about people we work with. One of them is the people that act fast, make the most profit and make me look good. Simple as that. That's what they do. So if you guys came to me and you were fast actors, we decided to reward all the people that were good because they're the ones I want. So I just need to know, like, how many of you think right now, if you worked with us, you would make more money? Before we get on to the good stuff, how many of you think that? If you worked with us, you would make more money. You've seen how we can get clients in sooner. You've seen how we can get you to average bill up. Like we're talking for you guys, like 30% growth. You know what your takings are. So you know how much money we can make you. It's private, you know that. But how many do you think that, like, if we did all this and held your hand, you could crack it for the first time ever and really pay your staff well and pay yourself well and actually get a business that's a real business? Yeah. Only one person thinks we can do it. Maybe I didn't do a good job. Maybe I did a bad job. Maybe I showed you how bad we are. Definitely not, by the way. We have some, yeah. Oh, no, hope so, Isabel. You do the work, you'll make me lots of money. I promise you, you will. Let me show you the bonuses. We do this. We haven't done this before. We're building it as we speak right now. An in-depth business evaluation worth about $1,500. It's a really in-depth quiz that you'll get. We'll dive into your business. We'll know everything about your business and give you the evaluation of like every single hole in your business right now. We charge about $1,500. We worked out how many hours it would cost us. We want to give you that to everyone that joins today, by the way. By the way, after today, you don't get it. So this is the one that happens. Second one, we decided to do a social media review. We have a Instagram expert. So if you guys want to find out if your Instagram is good or bad, we charge $300 to do an evaluation on that. We're going to give you that free of day today if you join us. Don't just wish and just share, guys. You've got the link to join if you need to, but let's just wait a second. Let's see how much money Richard's going to actually give away today. You can have me book. Woo! $11.99. Let me tell you, it's a good bloody book. If you haven't read it, it's one of the best-selling books on Amazon. It's yours. Tells you how to grow your business. There's lots of tactics in there. Number 4, we'll give you the ultimate marketing course. We built this course. We sell it for $397. It'll be coming up on our website anywhere soon because we don't want to sell it to outsiders anymore. You'll get that free of charge at $397. There is a knowing your numbers course. This is really in depth to know every single number and every staff member's numbers in your business. So you'll never need to guess again. It is an epic. We used to do this live through lockdown. You get that $397 add on to the course. We're now up to 2,600 giveaways for free. Is it going to keep going? The Profit Now course, we value at $397. Again, it's probably only got about 2 weeks left before we remove it because we don't want to sell it anymore. It's going to keep it only to our clients as well, which is $397. Which is here, which is 3,002. We believe you get access to everything, the 9 modules, VIP coaching, and everything else. Our job, by the way, is what we've decided to give away was to get you to where you need to get to faster, as well as our modules. By consuming these, you'll get there even faster than anyone else that hasn't got these. Imagine we look at your business, we dive in, we do a couple hours with you, we figure it all out, and you get this review of your business, you know exactly what's going on. We then can grow your business and take you to exactly where you need to get to. Never done it before. It's brand spanking new. Introduced it right now in 2022. You'll be the first people to get hold of that. The question is, what do we charge? We charge $124 a week, payable 4 weekly. So we only charge $124. It's equivalent. So a cut and color, that's it. 1 cut and color, and you get us 3 sets of nails, 3 cut and blow dries, 2 facials. That's it. Nothing more to pay. The one thing that we do have, guys, we have something that we call love it or leave it. Really quite simple. We give you 30 days access. So you make payment today, first payment, that's all. There's no contracts involved in what we do, by the way. If we don't make you money, you don't like it, you leave. I think in dollars, it works out to be, are you US dollars, Tammy? I think you are American. I think it works out, I'm trying to figure out now, about 1.5, isn't it? So about 194. If you click the link, it will tell you exactly how much it is in American. So let me put that link in again for you, Tammy. Click the link and it tells you exactly what it is. How's that? Because it'll be on there. It's got the rest of the world. So you'll know it's in US dollars, the rest of the world is. So we have two things before you guys. Let's just keep diving in here, right? We have a love it and leave it. So let me tell you what that means. I don't want to sell you something you don't want. I truly believe that we have an amazing system. When you join us, you'll be in our Facebook group. You'll be straight into the next coaching session. You'll book a one-on-one session with me. We'll book an action plan to grow your business, find out what's going on in your business, and then we'll set you up with a plan of action to really start making money from today. We will do that for 30 days. And if you don't like it, at the end of day 29, you go, Richard, I don't like this. It's not for me. Do you know what we do? We give you 100% of your money back. So you have 30 days to love it or leave it. Get to 31, you're in. You're going to stay for a while. You can still cancel and go. But for 30 days, you get to try it. So you could just dive in, suck me dry if you want to, which I know one person has done very recently. It's pretty provocative, but you can do that. So the reality is quite simple. Thank you, Christy. So you get no hoodwinked. You get to go in there, consume it, coached by me, coached in a group, meet to everyone else, see what's going on, find out what everyone else is doing with their staff, us educate you. We'll help grow your business. We'll set you a plan of action for 30% on your business. I'll look at your finances, and we're going to get your business set up to be the best year you've ever had in your life. And at the end of the 30 days, if you dislike everything we've done, you still get to keep it, but you get to leave and 100% of your money back. Angie, who is already with us, this was the first that swayed me, Richard, because I was really worried that I was not for me. As soon as I belonged, I realized I needed you years ago. So Angie was like you. She jumped on, I think, in April last year when we came out of COVID. And the reality of this is you literally have 30 days. And I promise you, we will not quibble with you in 30 days time. If you want to leave for whatever reason, anything on the world, we'll give you 100% of your money back. I guarantee that. This is what we do for a living. So what I want to do is you will get the bonuses, anyone that joins up, because we know you're the fast trackers. So the bonuses are epic. Trust me, they are amazing. You will get them. And also, it's only $124.25 a week. It is really, our job, remember, is to make you 30%. And I promise you that when we start with you, I don't know where you guys are. We'll find out. So let's say you're doing 200K by now. We'll work out 260 will be your goal. So you're making 60,000 and you're paying me 124 a week for that. So yeah, great question, Charlene. So what we'll do, Charlene, you need at least 1 or 2 hours to work on your business, but that's not going to make you grow super quick. I think you need at least 3 to 4 hours a week. That's all, not a lot, and doing works time, that's fine. Go to a cafe and we'll do that. We coach you every single week. So how we work is really simple. By the way, please ask me all the questions you want, guys. Please don't sit on the fence. We have 27 people left on the call. And I know some of you are probably going through this now, signing up. It's via PayPal. We give 100% of the money back if you don't like it. There is no contracts, but I promise you, with the people that we have working with us right now, we have made them, God knows how much money in the first year. It's amazing how much it works. Now, I said right at the beginning, like Angie said, thousands. How many times do we get one more call? Beautiful, Sean. Great question. At the moment, this is how our system works. I love these questions. Keep them up. So our system works like this. Let's say we're going to start in March. Let's say we just go with March for an example. So the first Monday, we'll do a group session. The next Monday, we do a group session. The next Monday, we do a group session. And the next Monday, we do nothing. So as a group, that's when we meet. You also have access to my diary, and you can book that every week if you want to. And I know people like Angie books it every single week without a fail. So yeah, you get to book me 52 weeks of the year if you want to, Sean. How about that? Not bad. No other coach I know does that. Well, Charlene, do you know what? I can't help you if I haven't got your figures and do that. I promise you, if you joined, I can look at your figures, I can look at your outgoings, I can look at your staff. This is what we do, by the way, and build our action plan. I get to look at your business and set you up. And if you know what, Charlene, you can do all that, and if it's not for you, I will still give you your money back, guaranteed. But I'm hoping that you join me because you really want to change, not just to get the information. So that's what I think anyway. Yeah, Jane, do you want me? I'm going to type your answer for you, Jane. Just sign up there. That'd be really quite good. I see we already have one person joined us already, which is fantastic. We only have 9 bonuses left. I'm trying to send you. There we go, Jen. I've sent you a link if you want to join on that as well. Yeah, our plan of action. Any more questions, guys? Because it'll be really good to figure out what you guys are doing. But by the way, just letting you know what happens. If you guys that sign up today, we will literally, the bonuses will be logged into your account, so you'll get hold of your bonuses. We will reach out for you. I'm going to Australia on Thursday. So my goal would be to try and get you booked in this week with a plan. Yep, it's about that. Yep, a month. Yep, it's about that, a month for sure. Yep. No, that's a month. That's a month. $8.97 a month. We just showed you, where's it? We showed you weekly. So where's the figure here? Weekly payable by 4. So it's actually a month. So it's 124 times 4, give or take. It works out, I think, English pounds is 4.97, I think. Australia, I pay tax on Australian. So that's a month, Tammy. It's $8.97 a month, 8.97 divided by 4. It's about $220 a week. Yep. And like I say, you can dive in, consume what you like. And I promise you, like Angie. So we've got Angie. Angie, do anyone want to hear Angie? Let me see if I can do that, by the way. Let's see if I can. I don't know if I can. Let's find out. Charlene, high five to you. We'll be reaching out tomorrow morning to get you going. Let's see if I can get Angie to speak. Hey, Angie, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, and so Angie's a client of mine. How long have you been with us, Angie?
Hi. I joined this weekend a year ago, and I sat. Why I wanted to sit through this today is because I sat in this very seat listening to you. We were still closed in England. We didn't open until April. I'd had the salon over 20 years and I was doing okay, but I just felt unsupported. I felt demotivated. I didn't know whether to sell my salon because I was just starting to get a bit fed up. And I, by a stroke of luck, just saw you on Instagram. And I just thought I'd listen to you, and probably the people that are listening to you right now, I just started thinking, maybe, is it for me? I'd never had a business coach before, and I just haven't looked back. You have been fantastic. The group sessions are fantastic because I'm then with all of the other people all across the world and across the country that I can dip in and ask questions about where they're at. And I just feel like I'm now not on my own. My figures have just gone through the roof. I feel just so much more in control, and I'm actually really enjoying running and loving my team and my salon, and the team's happy. It's just been, I sometimes think, what would I have done if I hadn't have found you? And people are probably thinking, oh, this is a sales pitch. But all I say is, actually, with your no-brainer, just try it. Try it, and for a month, throw yourself in. And if it's not for you, it's not for you. But I can't see how it wouldn't be. So I'm just really grateful that I've met you and we work so well together.
Thank you. Tammy, well done. I'm glad you're in. Guys, so Angie is like, I get a handful of people I really love speaking to. Angie is committed for some reason. She books a call regardless on a Tuesday without fail. So we do a one-on-one with her. I've been to her salon, done a one-on-one in her salon. And reality is she did join us, and we promised her a 30% growth in a year, and she laughed at me. Did we make that 30%? Are we there yet?
Yes. Because we didn't open until the 12th of April, our salons were shut down in England till then. But so until April, we won't know, but we are absolutely on target, and some a little bit. But it's with everything, it's having a structure. I'm not just sort of leaping from one crisis to another. I just feel so much more in control.
Yeah, and I think one thing people think is like, it's easy to get a 30% increase in a new salon. How many staff do you have, Angie?
25.
So she's a decent sized salon. So to get a 30% increase in a salon that's been established for that long is a tall feat, and she does deserve every bit of the recognition she gets from us.
Also, with your help, all of my team are earning more money than they've ever earned before. So of course, a happy team means that they stay around, which means happy clients.
That's great. Thank you. I'm going to hold you on for a second. Anyone ask Angie a question? Like, I know she was like you, and like she said, she was almost not going to join up until we offered the 30 days try it. And if you know what, we do give the guarantee back. Sometimes we're not a good fit, and some people sort of go, no, Zoom's not for me. Not many. I think we've only done it 3 times where people go, I hate it. Most people like Angie who join us do fall in love with it, because it is, I think it's a lifestyle a little bit, don't you think?
Absolutely. And just to have, if you've had a bad week or something's happened in the salon, you're able to share it within the group, and you just feel like you're lifted, but with other team members. So, and you're not on your own. That's the other thing. I think it can be quite lonely being a salon owner, and I don't feel that now.
Oh, thanks, Angie. I think we've had 5 people now sign up, and I see someone else is signing up as we speak. We only doing, like I say, because they're giving so much time away, we can only give 10. There is no more. But Angie is nice. Like, Angie is a real, like, she is one of our stars that does do the work. Some people, I promise you, if you came to a call and you did the work, it would work really well. And Angie is living proof of that. So Tammy, my salon is really small. So we'll look into you, Tammy, if it's the right fit. I promise you, we're not here to hoodwink you. This is what we do for a living, and I got to do life with people. So I will check your figures, Tammy, and if I find out that we can't help you, or you don't want to grow as big as you need to be, then we'll drop you down into our smaller course that goes exactly the same, but it's for smaller salons because they don't need all our big things because they're not having big issues. I know you guys that have big salons, they're big bills. You've got to make sure that, like, every staff member you've got, you need to make sure you pay them well and they earn their keep. And that's the key here, is most people aren't earning their keep, and that's down to you to make sure. Maybe you don't know the figures, you don't know how to make it happen. I'm not too sure, but that's our goal for you, is to show you how to do that. So I think we've been on here long enough, but Angie, just hold on 2 seconds. We've got 19 people still sitting on the fence, maybe. Our question is, like, if you've got a question for me or Angie, we just had 2 more people join, which is fantastic. So we only literally got, I think there's 2 left now. Is that like 6 and 8? Yeah, 6 and 2 is 8. And I'm the guy teaching you maths. Good